Good morning. Good morning. I hope everybody's having a wonderful day on this 10th of September. I can't believe how fast this year's bloody gone. It's like, wow. 5-minute crafts. Who's with me this morning? I did put 10 past on live, to be fair. But I hope you're having a great day. Good morning, Mr. Mason. I am early. I'm early. Thing is, on StreamYard, you've got to set it for like 15 minutes in advance. Mr. Mason beat you, David. On my screen by a split second. Good morning, Laura. How are you? I hope everybody's well. I hope you're all ready to have a good weekend. But yeah, on StreamYards, I have to set it sometimes for a time, then I have to go earlier just because I don't want to wait the 15 minutes. I'm impatient. Ish. Oh dear. I haven't even checked weather for today. If it rains, do we fancy a quiz or do we fancy some ITC? I shall let you put in the chit chat what you prefer. Do we have a quiz or do we have something to do with the paranormal? We shall see. We shall see. What we're going to say. Happy Friday, everyone. I know. Daughter's birthday today. She's 29. Good morning, Leah. Good morning, Joyce. Hope you're both well. So yeah, daughter's 29 today. That makes me feel old. Um, oh dear, dear, doesn't time fly? No, they've on holiday now. We're meeting them next week. Next Saturday, we're going to be meeting them. Second, you were second. No, oh yeah, you were second and all on YouTube. Leah beat you on YouTube. Ah dear. So yeah, we're going to be meeting daughter next week. So that's going to be fun and games down in Newquay. I've been looking though. It's funny because my sister's just gone down to Newquay, so they're already there now this week. And oi Donna, and she's just sent me some information. Well, we knew about Bodmin Jail anyway, so we were going to book in that and have a walk around in daytime. But then she sent me one on Jamaican Inn. I don't know if anybody's heard at Jamaican Inn. I think that's what it's called. I'm not 100% sure now thinking about it, but I think it's called the Jamaican Inn. I don't know how far that is from where we are. But I do know you can book that for a paranormal event. So what we might end up doing is next year, I might book to go back down to Newquay for a week or nearer, and we might actually book into that Jamaican Inn. It is Jamaican Inn. Old Smugglers Pub in Cornwall. Yeah, we might book to do to see who's up for doing an investigation there with us, and see how much it is to hire. I know you can actually stay at night, can't you? You can stay overnight. So maybe we could do an overnight one. See who's up for an overnight one and do it as an event. That might be an interesting night if the price is right. From what morning, Nita, from what I were reading though online, not many people stay overnight in there. They all tend to leave. So I don't know how true that is. Are you getting excited about your holiday? I wanted to get packed. I wanted to pack, but I think I'm going to do it on Sunday. Get packing out at way Sunday, and then I've got everything ready. I don't like to pack up night before because I have to take everything by my kitchen sink, you see. So I've got all my little bits and pieces and my gadgety stuff. And we want to remember to take all paranormal stuff because where we're staying in like a go on, like a cottagey style thing. And I'm sure where we're staying, when I've looked at it on map, there's a big, massive old cemetery just to the side of it. But I might have been looking at wrong place, so I'm not quite sure. We're going to Newquay, Leah, Perranporth. That's where we're going. I'd forget something if I did it now. I told you I would definitely. I'd forget my head. Honestly, it'd be shocking if I did it night before. So yeah, I think Sunday. But we boxed all his clothes up to move. And are you going? We're going down on the 18th, I think it is. 18th to 25th, we're going down. So Yolanda and Rob are babysitting Fifi because we can't take her ways, unfortunately, on this one. But to be honest, I don't think he's when we're going down and we're going to be doing what we're doing. We like probably go on beach on some days. We'll be with Jordan and boys. I think Dan's mum's going down, and yeah, so I think it's just going to be unfair to take Fifi anyway, because I think the places where we'd go, Fee won't be able to come. So in a way, I'm glad we're not taking her, but we will miss her. But I know she's going to be left in capable hands of Yolanda and Rob. So yeah, but I can't wait. I can't wait to get down there. I'm going to do some investigations in day down there, I think, because I'm hoping it's not going to be busy because all kids are back at school, all school holidays are done. So I'm hoping that I might be able to do some daytime investigations, or at least I might even go down on beach and see what happens down. I've never done a paranormal investigation on a beach, so I don't know how good a beach would be, or if there'd be any. Well, there's got to be history because obviously there's land there. But me, I might see if I can find some. I know yo spoiler. We'll come back and she'll be like, "I'm not eating that because it doesn't have that food in." But yeah, so I'm hoping that we can get some stuff. I'm going to be taking my tarot cards down because I said to John, if I can find a nice quiet spot, even if it's in back garden, because there's a right nice garden to where we're going. If weather's nice, I can sit in back garden and do my tarot's live from garden. So I think that's going to be good. And then when we come back from holiday, I want to see if we can start doing some more daytime investigations, just because the weather's going to be turning shitty. It's going to be cold at night. I mean, it goes dark from 4:30. So I might even look at doing some, like, I don't know, tea timey investigations. What do you think? Because to me, it doesn't matter what time you investigate. To me, it's all about the contamination that's going to be around. But I'd like to start doing some daytime investigations just because we can see where we are I don't know. Maybe it's just me being silly and we need to keep doing it at night. But I'm going to look at making a few changes anyway when we come back off holiday. There's supposed to be a smuggler's cave, goes from the Jamaican Inn down to the beach. I think there is a soldier. I'm sure that I've read that. I only screenshotted this thing for me, and then she sent me link, and I was looking at that because you can get down into cave, because I'm sure it said I know you can go into the museum side of it, and I know you can stay in the hotel side of it, but I'm sure you can actually get into caves, which would be interesting. Thing is, I won't be able to go down caves, but that doesn't mean nobody else can. Do you know what I mean? I think it'll be really good if we can do that. So I'm looking forward to that. So yesterday's history was the 9th of September. It was thought to be impossible. Maybe that's why he tried it. Today, in 1913, the Russian pilot, oh my goodness, Poitre Nesterov, might have said that a bit wrong, became the first person ever to fly an aerial loop-the-loop. Although the achievement made him famous, Nesterov's superiors were far from impressed. He was punished for risking government property and given 10 days of close arrest, unlike a French pilot who did it afterwards and was given a medal. From his day's training in the artillery, Nesterov had become fascinated by the science of aviation, pioneered by the Wright brothers, amongst others shortly after the turn of the 20th century. He was sent to serve in a balloon regiment as an observer. He built a glider and learned how to fly it. He then took flight training at the St. Petersburg Aviation School before qualifying as a military pilot. During the summer of 1913, a year before the outbreak of the First World War, Nesterov became the leader of an aviation detachment base in Kiev. Convinced that an aircraft would be able to fly a loop, a feat never previously accomplished, Nesterov felt sufficiently confident to put his life on the line by piloting the plane that did it himself. Many watched as he did so at Surex airdrome near Kiev. Not content with one unprecedented achievement, shortly after war broke out, Nesterov became the first pilot to destroy an enemy aircraft in flight. Since planes were not yet armed, he rammed the Austrian plane with his fatally damaged both. Again, he took a terrible risk, and this time it did not pay off. Nestor died the next day from the injuries that he sustained at the age of 27. The fact that one Ukrainian town was renamed Nestorov is in his honor seems scant recompense for his bravery. So yeah. So today, 10th of September. So this was the day my daughter was born. This is also the day it's our Jenny's, my sister's other half. It's his birthday also today. So 10th of September. He is simply El Liberado. The Liberado, Simon Jose Antonio, oh my God, Dilla Sansism, Trinidad, Bolivar, Palacio, Ponte Blanco, generally known, why didn't they say that? Generally known as Simon Bolivar, is one of the few men in history after whom a nation had been named. At the start of the 19th century, Bolivar took the lead in severing the link between Spain and its possessions in South America, fighting a series of battles that ended the Spanish dominance and led to the establishment of Venezuela. Yeah, go on, you know that one, don't you? Venezuela, Bolivia, Colombia, Ecuador, and Peru. Today, in 1824, the revolution nationally assembled in Quito gave Bolivar supremely authority to bring the War of Independence to a decisive close. With his characteristics political daftness, his acceptance the appointment, but rejected a salary of 50,000 pestos. Spain's huge American empire rotted from the head. Since the start of the century, Spain had launched from crisis to crisis. Napoleon had invaded and installed his brother on the throne. The long, brutal Peninsular, war followed, which pitted Spaniard against Spaniard, as well as against the French invader. Liberation brought fresh instability. Liberals clashed with reconservatives as Spain sought renewal. Governments and constitutions came and went, lurching between political extremes. The effort of all this in Latin America was a confusing range of responses. It's confusing to bloody read. From ultra-loyalism to a desire for a complete severance, with everything in between. Loyalists switched to rebels and back again as governments in Madrid came and went. By 1824, Bolivar had liberated huge areas of the continent. Following his appointment, he'd led a campaign to deal with the last vestige of Spanish power. In just 3 months, his forces provoked a major battle with the Spanish army in, I don't know, Achu. In Peru. The Spanish were utterly routed. The victorious Jose de Lucerne, the Count of the Andes, was wounded and captured. It was the end of the century of the Spanish rule in South America. Bolivar was showered with titles and praises, but became deeply disillusioned as his constituent parts of the liberal Americans bickered, split, and eventually fought each other. His dream of a southern United States would never be realized. Morning, Lisa. I can't, and we know what tomorrow's will be. But it goes into a little bit more history on that day as well. So that's going to be an interesting read tomorrow. Hope you're well, Lisa. Oh, thank you, Laura. Venezuela. I don't know whether that's what it said, David. It might have said that, but I don't know. Morning, Joyce. It could have said that. I don't know. I don't know what it said. Really, I should let John read them, shouldn't I? A bit more tongue twisty them for me. Um, so what I'm going to be doing is in about half an hour when we've come off here, I'm going on to TikTok. And then I will be back live this afternoon around 2, 3 o'clock-ish on Facebook and YouTube. And then we'll be live again tonight. I think John's going to try and get something planned for members. I might want members actually this afternoon. I'll see. I think I might go on members. Well done, Lindsay. That was two tough reads there. It was for my vocabulary and for my reading. That was like John should have read them out. Should have blamed John and got John to read them. Because yeah, very tongue twisting for me. So we've got John's dad's funeral next week, which is on the 16th, which is also our grandson's, is it second birthday? I think he'll be 2. Yeah, he'll be 2. He'll be 2 on 16th. So we've got that on six. So on the 16th, obviously there'll be no live. And then we'll go away on 18th. So we will hopefully try and get in a live before we go. I'm also going to go live, I think, when we're driving down. Well, I don't know. Might do actually, because it's good. We're going to be driving down about 2 o'clock in the morning. We're going to do try and get down there. So we've got a full day. So we're going to go to, but Jordan's got a chalet somewhere down there. So we're going to go down and meet them in the morning. But I said to John, if we can time it, so if we go if we set off about 2 o'clock in the morning, by the time we've done like a few stops, might be about 8 o'clock that we get there for. It's good you don't have to break your holiday and come back. Well, this is the thing, so I was a bit worried about that. I'm glad in a way it's before. But I'm just hoping that it's like an holiday. We're going to need a holiday and then a holiday, if that makes sense. So I'm going to look and see how much it is just to book as a weekend away or something when we come back. Might do it in December or January. Well, I don't know. See if I don't know. I'll see. I'll see when. I'll see how much everything is. Because I'm not paying expensive prices for holidays because it does my head. Because there's so many good holidays out there. If you're looking in right places, and they don't cost you a fortune. So yes, I'm going to be looking at that. So so it's going to be a tough day next week. So obviously there will be no live on the 16th. But yeah, I know Claire and Ange are looking into. I'm not going to say where they're looking into. We do need a break, Joyce. We do. I think, I think it's been difficult. But you know what? I think we all need a break. I think we've all gone through mill this last 2.5 years or 2 years. I think a lot of people. It's just been so difficult for everybody. But yeah, I know what you mean about holiday. Then yeah, I think that's what we're going to have to do. Told you, but like I said, I think it's been a tough 2 years for everybody. So there's other people out there as well that I think could do with this that need this holiday, just because how bad these things these 2 years has been. But yeah, I think I think it's a needed. But even though it's a holiday, we're still going to be going live. Because we can't have a week off and not speak to you lot for a week. That'd just be wrong on every level. So so 16th they will. Hey up, Mick, how are you? John's still in bed. John's having a lay in this morning. I even brought Fifi down with me this morning. I'm looking forward to next year. I'm going on a cruise. Oh wow, Joyce. Do you know that's going to be amazing? I know my mom and my nan do a lot of cruises, and they love it. I mean, I've even got photos. Where did they go? They went. I don't know whether they did. I think it were on Nile. I think they did Nile at Egypt. I think. I'm sure it were, but they got them all dressed up on boat. It was she said it was one of the best holidays that they'd had. It was brilliant. But I'd like to go on a cruise. I just don't know where. I don't know where. Where are you going, Joyce? Where's your cruise taking you? Has anybody else got any holidays booked for next year? Don't give me dates because that you don't want to put your dates out. See, I'm all right putting dates out because our house is empty. Yolanda and Rob are going to be living here, so it don't matter whether I put dates out or not because we've got somebody in the house. But don't put your holiday dates online. Just say, yeah, you're going away and just set place, but don't tell me dates or anything like that because you never know who's watching. That's the trouble. Bahamas is nice. Do you know? I don't know. Bahamas. You're gonna is it Nice or nice? Or is that Nice or nice, Laura? Oh dear, I'm confusing myself. Bahamas. I can't even think where Bahamas is. Not here. We are getting hit with a fourth wave of COVID. Oh, you're joking, Nita. You're joking. So what's happening then, Nitra? Is everybody back in lockdown? Is it are they not letting everybody just start riding it through? Um I know New Zealand, I know where Steve is in New Zealand. I think I don't know if they're still in lockdown. But I know they've been in lockdown because they got a couple of cases. Um Bahamas is the Caribbean. That's it. I was trying to think where it was, and I couldn't think. Caribbean, Lindsay, is where Bahamas are. Dear, we not booked yet, but look, we got two minds in so far. Yeah, and well, this is the thing. Not sure they may lock us down because all ICUs are full. Wow, sending loads of healing to the country itself, Nita. And to any other country that's suffering. Do you know, it's awful. I mean, in UK now, we know that these, look at my hair, it looks like I've got a pigtail in back. We know that these cases coming in I didn't go to school, Mr. Mason. I did the first year in school, which would have been the second year. In the third year, I went for about 2 months. In the fourth year, I went for about 2 months. And the fifth year, I went for about a month. And then I went back and did my exams. And that was it. I didn't go to school. I was the class clown because I understood some, but I didn't understand a lot of the teaching because they didn't explain it properly. And so I didn't really go to school. So hence the thickness. I stopped there for a week once. Wow. But that was beautiful. But yeah, I mean, I know in UK we are getting cases. But from what I don't listen to the news. I listen to what other people are saying. Because I think the news just frightens you more than anything. Um, but from what I'm gathering over here, I mean, my son had it. There's Claire's son had it. There's so many people out there now that are getting, and to me, this time round, it doesn't seem as bad as the first time. It's like it's got weaker in strength, if that makes sense. Whether it's because people have been immunized, whether it's because the strain is changing. But as far as we can go, I think at some point we've got to let it run its course because it's only going to get weaker the more it comes out. If that, wouldn't you think? But now it's just in UK, it's just like a bad case of the flu. I know some of the hospitals have got patients coming in, but they're nowhere near as bad as what it was when it first come about. So I do hope that the strain's getting less and less and less. Because we're all building an immune system up whether it's naturally, whether some of us have had injection, whether you've chose not to have injection. There is no right or wrong. I mean, me and John got injection. We had the injection, but we have the flu injection every year, so that don't make. So us having another injection for a flu bug doesn't. It's no difference. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, morning yo-yo, back from my jog around Chesterfield. Oh, she's been gone nearly 12 hours, 13 hours, I think. As I yo-yo. But yeah, I mean, what's everybody else's thoughts on this? Should there come a cut-off point? Are they still trying to scaremonger us? Is the media trying to still put that scaremongering out there by giving numbers that number of patients that are in, but yet they're not giving the right numbers because they're giving numbers that would have been, I don't know, maybe previous, but it's just enough to like scare people into staying in lockdown. What's everybody's thoughts on that? But I mean, I know John said it for a while. There's got to be a cut-off point where we just have to embrace it. I love you too, yo yo. But yeah, there's got to be a time when we embrace it. Because when we look back in history, into every 100 years, there's some form of life-threatening illness that comes about when it I don't know, I might be wrong here, but when it some kind of flu that come in 100 years ago and before that. Morning, Tracy, my lovely. I wasn't going to have the jab, but got to have it now on Sunday. Do you know, Joyce? Do you know if you have the flu jab normally? Like if you have to go to doctors and that flu jab every year, to me, it's only the same as that. Do you know, it's just giving your body a little bit more of a boost. I don't think the passports are fair because you can still catch it and pass it on if you've been jabbed. So no reason for I don't see point in passports. If you've chose to have it, you've had it. If you haven't, you haven't. It's not gonna. It's a personal choice. I think by making passports or saying people can only go in here if they're vaccinated, or you can only come in if you're not vaccinated. I think it's wrong. They're just making the media has helped make people come to these silly decisions. It's just crazy. It's just absolutely crazy. That's a tongue twister yo-yo on YouTube. But yeah, to me, it's just crazy. Why we have to have a separation again. Because I thought it were free choice whether we had it done. And again, Joyce, if you're not bothered about having it done, don't have it done. Do you know, it's your choice. I had it done for health reasons, and because I had yearly flu. I didn't because Jordan went for hers. She's type 1 diabetic, so she had hers done. My mom and my nana, they've all chose to have theirs done. And again, we just looked at it like it's just like a booster or flu jab that we've already got. It's just got a different whatever's in it. I thought lockdown was a fab idea, but then I realised that lockdown doesn't apply to everyone, so I can't see the point of it anymore. Well, this thing, yes, I'm with you. Just control, yeah. So it's got to be. We've all got a choice, and whether people are right in not having it, whether they're right in having it, it's personal. But yeah, I believe in. I agree, yo. Lockdown were a good idea, but unfortunately, there were people out there that thought they were exempt from it, and still went out and did what they would normally do. And it were wrong. It were wrong on every level. Everybody else is sitting in house suffering. And I think being in lockdown, it caused a lot of mental health issues for a lot of people. And even those that probably didn't suffer before, having to be confined into one house would have caused so many issues for so many. I think people that lived on their own would have suffered so incredibly, do you know? But there were no extra help going out to them, but yet people were still going out anyway. Do you know? Same with Marks, useless unless everyone wears. Without exception, there's no point. Exactly. But you know, soldier, I've got exemption if I wanted it. I'm asthmatic. Um, I don't like anything being round my face because it can cause me to have a panic attack. Um, I'm claustrophobic, and something like that, it's like restricting on my face. So I don't like anything like that. But do you know what? I still wore a mask. I still wore my mask, not because for like you said, not because of my protection, but because for other people. But yeah, we still wearing masks when we go out. Yo, if we go to the supermarket. I mean, to be honest, our supermarket wants you to wear them anyway, even though you don't have to. They want it. I found out I've been on lockdown for 3 years. Oh, bless you, soldier. I've been part of your group though. I've been part of that clan where we've been self lockdown for longer. Um, but yeah, do you know, it's just I just think now we need to just start getting on with it. And I know, do you know, it's same when you have injection, you hear all these horror stories of they've had this injection and this has happened to them or that's happened to them or all of a sudden they've turned autistic because they've had this jab. You can't turn autistic. You're born with a genetic gene for autism. Um, you can't. It makes me laugh that the media can still have that scaremonger factor going. Um, yeah, some people have passed away with the injection. It's not the injection; they had illnesses underneath that the injection won't have helped. Do you know? But to me, the media and the government are the ones that are doing the scaremongering for people. And then you've got people that come on like TikTok or YouTube or Facebook. I can go out and buy a doctor's coat. I could come out and I could order a doctor's coat online and I could sit there with my hair tied in a bun, a little bit of makeup, an NHS sticker on my top, and say I'm a nurse and I've just left my job because it's wrong what the hospitals are doing. It's wrong what the government's. I'm against this injection. It's so easy for people to feel. How do you know that they work for NHS? How do you know that the doctors who have worked in this? Because it isn't. People are jumping on the bandwagon to scare people, and yeah, it's just crazy. That's why I don't watch the news. I don't watch the media. If I see somebody on TikTok or on Facebook or YouTube talking about what's been going on for the last 2 years, talking about people scared of having an injection, talking about other things, it's just I just scroll past it because it's laughable, because they're sitting there telling you that they're professionals. If they were professionals, they wouldn't be going onto TikTok. They'd be doing something that completely different. The lockdown malarkey seems to be a fab excuse for government officials to pass off their sloppy delays in service. Yep, that's true. I hope it won't go back to shielding and just gone back to work after 8 months, going to take another month just to catch up on training I missed. Wow. I personally think the scaremongering is started by drug companies to make money from government paying for drugs. Exactly, of course it were, Dave. Of course it were. And it's just crazy. Tracy, I don't think we'll go back into another shielding. Not unless, I mean, for me, it's like what a lot of people have said. Why are we going back in? Why are we being forced? I mean, it is forced to go into shielding, because if we see now we're being fined, well, nobody can force you to stop in your home, and as long as you're taking the precautions you need to. I mean, Jesus, if we wash his hands any more than what we do, or carry that doo-doo, or carry that soap around, we're going to have no skin left on his fingers. The news is no longer the news. It seems it's an agenda for you know, and that's all it is. That's again, I'm weird on that. I do think that the media Um, I don't know. They just all talk shite. They all talk shite. What we need to do is we need to have his own news channel on what's going on, because you get more truth coming out of it that way than we would watching a media channel, um, where it's everyday people saying, it was horrible in the first lot of my friend's dad passed away. I couldn't go now. But do you know, Joyce, it was awful. And do you know, in a case like that, Joyce, I would have gone. I would have gone if that was my friend, like you said. But that instead you've been made to feel bad because you couldn't go and help your friend out, which I think's absolute like disgusting. And you should never have to feel that way, Joyce. But again, look how they scared you into not being able to go and visit somebody else. It's just wrong. All the scaremongering's wrong. Yeah, we know it were rife, but we all took precautions. We all made sure that if we got any symptoms, we did. Well, certain people, if you got symptoms, you didn't mix with others to put others at risk. Some people decided that were okay, but that's on them. But majority of the people never, if you got symptoms, you wouldn't go out to anybody's house. You wouldn't mix with anybody. And to me, it was just wrong that they've. And again, to those that live on their own, to be fair, it even put strain on families because the dynamics of a family is normal. Whether whichever parent's working or whether it's both parents working, to then have to come back into a home environment. I can just imagine the arguments and the split ups because they've gone from having their own space to coming into that even though they've got the family, it's different, I got that when you said certain people. Well, exactly, Mr. Mason. Exactly. We were all put at risk, and it were wrong on every level. The symptoms was out there, So unfortunately, wrong. I wanted to, but her mum was frightened and said not to. See, that's it, Joyce, isn't it? It's what others, it's how other people are as well. Because they were that scared. People were just that scared to open the door to anybody. I didn't go and see this is how bad I got, and I'm one of these that got into scaremongering. And so did the first part in the lockdown. We didn't see kids, we didn't see grandkids. It were all done over video call. I didn't see my nan. My mum were having to go to see my nan. And my mum was the only one that could go in my nan's house. So it was just so different. I think my mum's brothers. I think two of them used to go, or one of them used to go around and make sure my nan were okay. My nan used to keep him outside at garden fence because it was that much. It was just so intense. It's not going to go away anytime soon. We do, Tracy. We do. Morning dawn. We do just have to learn to live with it because it is a strong case of the flu now. And I know when Michael had it, and the scary thoughts were going through my head. And Michael were like, "Mom, it's flu." Okay, it's not a flu bug that we've been used to. It's another strain of the flu bug, but it's still a cough and a cold and feeling shitty. And I think sometimes as well, I think the mind is a stronger. I think the mind is a stronger place than anything, because I think if you're poorly and your mind's telling you you're poorly, you're gonna feel poorly. I think if you can, it's very difficult to change that mindset, and it might not even work. It might be just how I think life is. But Michael's mindset was, I've got a cold, I've got to stay isolated for 10 days. And he did, and it was shocking. I've been awake from the beginning of this. Oh, bless you, Dawn. There's so many people with severe mental health problems now where everyone was isolated, and that's going to take, it's going to take and you know what? Half these people, Tracy, aren't going to get the help they need because there wasn't it wasn't known before the lockdown that they got mental health issues. So because this has sort of like brought it on, these people are going to be suffering in silence. They're going to be trying to get into the GPs. They're going to try and get, and nobody's going to have. I mean, it's like waiting times for now for hospital. There's people that still haven't had appointments from before the lockdown that should have been in and having either operations, should have been in and making sure they were checked up all right, that the follow up were done properly, and yet for 2 years they've had nothing, and it's just wow. Wow, I know we know the NHS took a hit. We know that, and our nurses, doctors, staff, and everything else. And when that first wave come in, oh my, nobody were prepared for what were going to happen. Nobody. And it were a 24-hour rush about. I mean, I can't take my hats off enough to NHS, but then you've got the government who could have funded the NHS to give them, or even now, after what the NHS has gone through, they should be funding. They should be funding. And do you know what? It's all a shite thing. Mental health, as well as all health departments, are stretched enough as it is. Now it's gone beyond repair. Do you know, Tracy, this is it. Maybe is this what the government, again, you can talk about conspiracy theories, but at one point they were on about privatising NHS. So is this where they're going to bring that into play now? Because the NHS can't take it, so we're going to privatise certain parts. Who knows? Yeah. If you've got BBC iPlayer, watch Ambulance Series 7. First two are heart wrenching because of COVID. Do you know what, David? I can believe it. I don't even think I could watch it. Hey, Jessica, hope you're well, my lovely. Oh, thank you, my lovely, for watching us. Hope to chat to you one day as well, my lovely. But yeah, this is just like Tuesday. This is like a breakfast morning chit chat, Jessica. But yeah, it's just I forgot what I was saying. But yeah, I think it's just stupid. I'm in a mental health group and we help people every day. Just a kind message when people are low helps rainbows. Dawn, that's probably worth more. But I think people are going to have to start helping. It's going to be like, I don't know, like in I remember 80s, can't remember 70s, but I can remember 80s. In 80s, we helped as neighbours, everybody knew everybody on the street. You were quite nosy, I would say. But it were like everybody, it were like your neighbourhood relied on your neighbourhood. And I think that's where we need to try and get back to, because there's nothing, I think nothing can help others more than your neighbours, or that community spirit that you can get, because we've lost all that community spirit. We lost it a long time ago. But there's got to be something that we can all do, maybe a little bit more, like Donna says. If you know somebody that suffers with anything, whether it's mental health or whether it's something else, if somebody's suffering, try and send them that kind word, that even if it's just good morning, beautiful, or whatever, beautiful, lovely. It's the words, it's everything, but yeah, I think we all should take a there's so much ugliness going off. I think we need to get that kindness coming in, and I think the only people that can do it is us. Not meaning us is all, but the world itself, the people. My sister had cancer. Her was cancelled all through the lockdown. She had it done this year. It's been 3 months now. This is what I'm saying, Joyce. There's so many people that needed to get in and couldn't. And I hope your sister's okay. I'm going to send you loads of love and healing. And let us know. We helped a lady last night, came on our card read, I messaged her through now. Exactly, Dawn. It just takes something as simple as a conversation. The entire world is now a suppressed society. It is. I have mental health, and since the climate services have been slow, I have a good care. I'm glad you've got a good care team, Jessica. That's really important. And I think for those that don't have a care team in place, or if you know people that haven't been got that care team, as difficult as it is, try and give them the be that extra support that that person needs. Do you know what? Karma is a bitch, but you know what? Karma is so rewarding as well, because you will get it back. What you put out, you do get back. Um, Loneliness is a dreadful thing. I think you and John help hugely for lonely people, as do many creators who are interactive on social media. I think, do you know, do you know, like you said, loneliness is a dreadful thing. But I think we all do that. It's like for me going live, I get that with you lot, you know. So when I'm feeling lonely and I'm feeling not in a good place, or like you said, I come on and you guys cheer me up, you know. So I could come on and my headspace might be a level 2, let's say, and I can come on here, and when I come off, I'm at a level 10. And I think that's one good thing is that family unit, the support, the everything that we've got going, the laughs, the highs, the low, the everything. It's our little community. It's what I don't know. It's how we all help each other, isn't it? I was lucky my gastric ban was delayed because of COVID and rearranged 2 days after up. They cancelled all again because of second wave. You're sorted now, though, aren't you, Dave? Are you sorted? She's doing good, bless her. Thank you, sweet. Oh, that's good. 100% yo. Good morning, Diane. It's good to talk. It is good to talk, Jessica, and it's good to talk when people respect what you're saying, and even though they've got an opinion, they're still respectful in how they saying it. Because one thing I think we've all learned on here is how we write something can be misread because there's no emotions behind a sentence. So it's like sometimes, say Jordan will message me and she might put something in message, and I'll be like, "Why is she speaking to me like that? I've not done anything." And then I'll phone her up and she'll be like, "No, I said it this way." And I was laughing and I was like, "Oh, right." Because you don't see that emotion in a message. So you've got to be really careful how you word things and use the emojis. If you're putting something down and commenting, make sure you put like emojis so people know that you're being sarcastic, or you're being funny, or even right. I sometimes write something, then I'll put I'm only joking and crying laughing faces, because then at least then the person that's going to read that knows that I'm not being serious in what I've said. But yeah, anyone can join living with Reiki. Oh, that's good, Dawn. Unless you use the wrong. Well, exactly, Tracy. We do have people that use the wrong emoji. We do get people that use the angry face, don't we, Andrew? Don't we, Yo-Yo? They do use the wrong emojis. But yeah, it's but you can always correct an emoji. You've just got to click back on it and it can change it. But yeah, imagine doing that though, Tracy, writing something and then putting all angry faces at end or crying faces. Oh God, you can't even think. But do you know how many times though do you text somebody and or even comment and you have to rewrite what you've done because either predictive text has come in and changed it, or something's happened and it's not said what you wanted it to say. I know you're guilty. Oh, dear. But no, it's a crazy world. But you know, as long as we support each other and we're there, like I said, ups, downs, sides, fronts, backs, forwards, whatever. And you all know that you can, David, stop it. And you all know that you've got a safe place to come and talk. And I mean, I don't know um, anybody who's part of our ETA family. I know that if anybody messaged and they were if they needed to, everybody would listen. You know, everybody would try and help. And I'm there on Messenger anyway. I'll reply as soon as I can, but yeah, I'm always there on Messenger. And I think that's just how we've got to be. We've just got to support each other with these new changes. Stop allowing social media to scaremonger us, and start living again. Because for the last 2 years we haven't done a lot of living. Um, and it's now time to start embracing that and taking that back out. For those that do suffer on a mental health, um, even if it's going and sitting outside in your garden, or finding a quiet spot, where there's a bench, or in a woodland somewhere. Obviously, don't go anywhere where you're not supposed to. By that I mean, I've had my lemon. Make sure it's a safe place you're going, but go and just sit down and take a book and read outside. Do something out of the norm. And for those like me that do suffer, or do struggle to get in and out, if it weren't for John helping me in and out with scooter, I wouldn't be able to get into the car. But if you've got access, just go and sit in garden for half an hour and take a book, take a newspaper, play your favourite game on your phone, whatever it is. Get out of the four walls. And if you can't get out at four walls, get somebody to open all your windows up, so at least you've got that fresh air coming in, and you can alter your mind. Because I think sometimes when his mind's in a darker place, we're in a darker place, aren't we? ETA Famalam, that's the one. John still hates Famalam. I remember when I used to call it that. I shared a laugh with a lady at the groceries. Exactly, Nita. Little things like that, it means everything. Protective text is the worst. That can cause all sorts of arguments. It is. Oh my God, yes. Terrible texting and my spelling shocking. Like the old BT advert says, it's good to talk. It is good to talk. I felt awful. Thank goodness you knew what I meant. Oh, I remember that year. I don't know. Yeah. I For the lady. Short walks with my dog. Exactly. Do you know, Diane, getting out and just change of environment makes such a difference to you. And when you say to yourself, I can't be bothered, I don't want to do it, I can't be bothered, they're the days you need to make sure you do something. Because when you sit and say you can't be bothered, that's sort of like the filtration coming in. It's your way of making an excuse because you can't be bothered. You need to reassess that thought and actually get out and do it. Morning, Penny. Good on you. You're beautiful, good inspiration. Thank you for being a beautiful. Oh, Penny, but you're all beautiful to me. You're all my support. I went Christmas shopping. Just to feel positive, and getting out was good. Exactly, Dawn. Exactly. Yeah, talk until someone keeps telling you to shut up. I get told to shut up all the time, but I just ignore them and keep chattering. Oh dear. But no, like I said, try and get out now. Even if it's doing something like a jigsaw puzzle, whatever it is, whether you're gonna try your hand at growing your own tomatoes, or try your hand at doing your own floral decoration, whatever it is that you want to try it. Don't let anything stop you from trying it. Obviously, don't be spending hundreds of pounds on something. Try and find a cheaper version and see if it's for you. Put music on and sing, even if you can't and don't. Exactly. Anything just to uplift, or give you that uplift spirit. I know sometimes that the places where we can go, we do need that quiet time as well. And if you need that quiet time, take that quiet time, but try and take it in a different environment to what you're in, because you will notice. I'll collect dragons like David. Yeah. I love doing craft. I started crocheting. I don't know whether it's going to fit yet. Just bent my knee wrong way. I started crocheting a cardigan for a 2-year-old, but I don't know whether, I think it'll fit. Just got to that point. I ain't done sleeves yet. I ain't done body, but I started doing that yesterday. because it was just something to help focus my mind. I've lost my fucking up now. Oops, I swore then. Oh, I bent my knee wrong way. How can you bend your kneecap the wrong way? But yeah, so doing something, anything. John's willy warmer. Exactly. I tried making a willy warmer once. Well, I didn't. It was a hat that turned into a willy warmer. It was the first hat I ever made. I was right proud of myself, but I'm thinking I'm not going to get this on my head. And it turned out it were about that round, and then it just went tall. I ordered for blankets, so knitting. Oh, that's good. I know. I didn't realise I swore then, soldier. Strike one for me. I know. But yeah, so it's like, I mean, I self-taught myself just by watching YouTube videos. It took ages, but I did it. Did you know that if your knees bent the other way, it's impossible to sit on it? Oh, honestly, right? I like bent my knee back. But yeah, so everybody have a good day. Find your hobbies. Keep in touch with everybody, even if it's by phone call, by message. Drink your coffee. I got my coffee. I got my coffee. But I ain't got no cup. Yeah, have a great day, everybody. We'll be live later on. I am going to be live on TikTok about I would say half 10, 11 o'clock. I'm going to be live on TikTok doing daily oracles. And then I will be live later on Facebook and YouTube and also on members. So, yes. Jordan's tried to film me, so I'm going to have to go and make cards and done exactly loads of things to get you out and get them hobbies at. So, yeah. So, adios, amigos. Have a great weekend and I shall see you shortly. Much love. Mwah. Stay safe, everybody.